Okay, wonderful, wonderful. So what does it take to be a manager? What does it take to be a senior manager? What does it take to be an executive manager? What does it take to be a director? Surprisingly, some of our distributors actually do not know what it takes to be a manager, what it takes to be a senior manager. And then sometimes we are seated here expecting them to actually make these steps. I think it is something very, very important that we always do a monthly or a weekly reminder to our distributors. How can they be able to step up to become managers? Now, to become an active distributor, for you to be called an active distributor, Neolife expects you to be doing 100 personal points every single month. That is what it takes to be an active distributor, by doing 100 points every single month. And of course, 100 personal points is not that you're just going to the warehouse and buy products to come and keep. No, the 100 personal points should be coming automatically through you building a customer team. Remember, as we are building our business, we are building two teams. We are building a customer team. We are building a distributor team. A customer team helps us to make profits. A distributor's team helps us to earn commissions and also take steps. Now, when you are a qualified distributor, your next step is actually either sponsoring, doing a 3 in 30, or sponsoring in bunches. Sponsoring in bunches means you going all your way out so that you sponsor like 20 people in a space of 3 months. And then you see how to support them, to grow them so that you can take your steps quickly. Or you could opt to say, me, I am going to take the option of doing a 3 in 30. So let me do a 3 in 30 every single month. A 3 in 30 simply means that you are sponsoring 3 people and all of them are doing 100 personal points. In fact, when you do a 3 in 30, you are actually rewarded with a Neolife branded gift, but also on top of that, you're also given free products from Neolife International. And then when you have 3 distributors who have done 100 personal points, and then their sponsor, goes ahead and does like 200 points, and in total, you have 500 points. That is how you become a manager. So becoming a manager simply means that you have done 500 points. You could either do them personally through your customers, or you could do them with your team through sponsoring and doing 3 in 30s and making sure that your distributors also go ahead and do 100 personal points. So when you have a total of 500 points, you become a manager. And as a manager, the benefits are quite interesting. You get a manager pin, you get manager recognition, you get a commission from Neolife International, and on top of that, you actually get a step-up dinner. So the people who are going to be stepping up to becoming managers are actually in the month of July. We are going to have that weekend whereby we go to Serena Hotel Chigo and we spend their quality time. We eat together, we celebrate you stepping up to manager. Now, when you become a manager, your next step is, through doing 3 in 30s, consistently doing 3 in 30s, help the people that you are sponsoring into the business. Help them to become qualified distributors. Help those serious ones who want to build the business to actually go ahead and become managers. When you find that you're consistently doing 3 in 30s, and probably you've been able to help like 2 of them to become managers, you actually become a senior manager. Now, something very interesting about our Neolife business. If you want to take steps, you must help people in your team to take steps. Now, I see there is Collins here. Collins is working to become a director. Now, Collins, for you to become a director, you must go down. You must go down and work with Peace. Peace needs to become a manager. Peace needs to step up to senior manager. Peace needs to step up at executive manager. As Peace is making these steps and becoming manager, senior manager, executive manager, that is how, Collins, you become a director. And for you, Collins, to end up becoming a software director, you must work with Peace to become a what? A director. I see Mr. Ikeka Stephen. Mr. Ikeka Stephen, you're welcome to the Zoom call. We've been missing you and wondering where you are, but congratulations for actually logging in. I hope you're doing very well in Soroti. There spoke someone in Soroti and they said there's too much sunshine, that even the sunshine is even hitting the pocket. I don't know how true that is, but nevertheless, we are happy to see you on this call. So back to you, Collins. Collins, you are only going to become an executive manager if Ikeka Stephen becomes a senior manager, if Peace becomes a senior manager. So when they become senior managers, automatically that's how you become an executive manager. When Ikeka becomes an executive manager and Peace becomes an executive manager, automatically, Collins, you will be becoming a director. So in the new life system is designed that when you help people to succeed, that is only when you succeed. But when people on your team are not succeeding, when people on your team are not doing 3 and 30s, when people on your team are not becoming managers, senior managers, then you cannot step up to director. So as much as we work, our top priority, if we want to grow the business, our top priority is to make sure that the people on our teams are actually becoming managers, becoming senior managers, becoming directors. So that is why I remember when I was a senior manager, I was told that as a senior manager, 80% of your efforts in growing and developing this business, 80% of your effort must be directed to the team to help your team members to grow. And then 20% effort on you for you to do your 3 and 30s and also your personal points and also growing your customer base. But most of your time, most of your effort must be devoted to supporting and you're helping your team to grow. Now, I learned that as a senior manager, and I am very glad that I really, really took that point seriously and did it. I remember in 6 months, in a period of 6 months, I think I had about 6 senior managers on my team. And that is how I actually ended up becoming a director in 6 months. So the more managers you are going to have, the more senior managers you're going to have, the easier it is going to be for you to be able to step up to director. And in fact, whenever I'm working with people, I even always love giving them targets. If you are a distributor, your #1 top priority and goals and targets that you should be working for in a month is doing a 3 and 30 and doing 250 personal points. When you are a distributor, your goal or target for a month is 250 points and a 3 and 30. That automatically means that you will have done 550 points and then automatically you become a manager. And then if you are a manager, your goal or target in a month is to maintain your 250 points, maintain your 3 and 30, and also develop 2 managers on the team. Once you develop 2 managers on the team and you maintain 250 points, and you maintain your 3 in 30, automatically you will be becoming a senior what? A senior manager. And if you are, meaning that all the senior managers on this platform, all the distributors on this platform, your goal should be, I have a patience. I know your husband is listening out there as well. You always attend meetings together. So your goal every month is 250 personal points from your personal customers and doing a 3 in 30. 3 in 30 simply means sponsoring 3 people. And then if you are a manager here, I know Peace is a manager. I know Levy is a manager. Your target and goal every month is 250 personal points. That is bare minimum, by the for serious distributors. I know people who already have 1,000 personal points. Like Collins, I think, is turning to 1,000 personal points. Now, your goal as a manager is doing 250 personal points and above. Doing your 3 in 30, that means bringing in 3 people who have 100 personal points, and then developing the people you're bringing into the business to managers. So as a manager, your goal is to develop 2 managers so that you become a senior manager. And then the senior managers, your goal is to maintain 250 points and above. And actually, as a senior manager, you should already doing over 500 to 1,000 personal points already. Because the more personal points you do, the more profits you're able to earn. So as a senior manager, your goal is to develop 3 managers on the team. Your goal is to develop 2 managers on the team so that you have points to make you an executive manager. An executive manager is someone who does 2,000 points. And then, as an executive manager, your goal is to develop 5 managers, 3 senior managers, and 2 executive managers. Now, if you hit those targets, automatically you will be becoming a director, and not just a director, but a good solid director. A director who will earn between an average of 1.5 million shillings all the way to 3.5 million shillings. Now then, as a director, of course, the goal is to always develop 2 executive managers on the team, 3 senior managers, and 5 managers, and making sure that you have at least 5 3 in 30s on the team. When you do that, you will always be qualified automatically, but also most importantly, when you're doing that, that means that you have very many potential director candidates, which is going to help you to actually become a what? A SAFA director as soon as possible. Okay. 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 So those are some of the targets. Now, what is very, very interesting, by the way, is it's very, very good that as you're building your business, it's quite important to have targets. You know, when you start a month and you have no targets, the month will end and you will have achieved nothing. But when you start the month with the targets to hit, you will end the month. Sometimes you will hit the target. Other times you will overhit the target. Some other times you will fail to hit the target, but you will be close to hitting the target. So if you are a business builder, if you are a serious business builder who wants to build your business, it's very, very, very important that in whatever you do, you always work with targets. And I mean, it's quite interesting that when you put your mind to a target, you hit it. My target this month is to sponsor 5 people. 5 people. As I speak today, I registered the third person. So meaning by Saturday, I am just remaining with how many people? I am actually just remaining with 2 people so that I can be able to hit my target. And that is going to be my target for the rest of the year, to sponsor 5 people every single what? Every single month. Now, I know Dennis's target is doing 4,000 points and above every single month. And as I speak right now of the month, he has already hit the target. He already has over 4,000 points. Why? Because he wants to be the #1 in personal PV in the whole of what? East Africa. So what I'm trying to say is our business works with targets. Our business works with targets. If you are a serious business builder and you don't have targets that you're working towards, then you will always end the month without anything achieved, and yet you will actually be working. I can guarantee you, as to you who is logging in, who is listening to this call, you can come up and say, today I met a gentleman, I met a distributor who I just sponsored. And my first question to them was, I know you're working, so we are going to be working together part-time. What is your income target? What is your income goal? How much do you want New Life to pay you that you'd be comfortable by the end of this year? And he told me honestly, Justus, my job pays me only about 900,000. So if I can become a director and start earning an average of 2 million shillings per month by the end of this year, I could even think about leaving my job to actually do New Life full time so that I can plan and actually even earn bigger incomes. So right now, as I speak, and we sat down after he was very clear that his target is 2 million shillings. We sat down, we came up with a plan, and then we came up with a strategy, and then we also came up with an action plan. And I'm going to guide him. We are going to work together to see how best can we be able to achieve, to hit the goal by the end of the year. Now, all of us that are on this target, I want to give you a challenge. I want to give you a challenge. I want you to identify a goal that you would want us to work. Because, I mean, we already halfway the year now, if I'm not mistaken. I want you to come up with a target and say, by the end of this year, if I can earn 2 million shillings as a director, I would be very okay. If I can earn an average of 50,000 per day in terms of profit, 50 to 100,000 per day out of profit, I would be very okay. So let's learn how to work with targets. Let's learn how to work with goals. Let's learn how to work with strategies and plans. Let's not just work just anyhowly, just like that. And even as you're working with your distributors, as you're working with your team, because remember, like I just mentioned, your income only grows, or you only make steps in your life when you are helping people to make steps. You want to become a manager? Do a 3 in 30. You want to become a senior manager? Develop managers. You want to become a senior an executive manager? Develop managers, senior managers. You want to become a director? Develop executive managers. Develop senior managers. Develop directors. If you're not going to develop people, then you had better forget about becoming a director. So to all our potential director candidates here, if developing people is not part of your goal, if developing people into managers and senior managers is not your monthly target, then you're still far away from becoming a what? A director. Because there is no any director that I know that doesn't have at least 1 or 2 executive managers, at least 3 to 5 senior managers, and at least about 5 to 8 to 10 managers on the team. I have not seen that kind of director. So you want to grow a business, grow people, help people make steps, do 3 in 30s, sponsor 3 in 30s, make sure that your team members are attending trainings. Make sure that your team members are part of every single training. In case they missed a training, make sure that you send them the recording. Every single time you land on something new that can help them understand the business, that can help them grow, go ahead and do what? And share it with them. Equip them with skills. And then be practical with them. Invite with them. Do one-on-ones with them. Do presentations with them. Do nutritional seminars with them. Follow up with them. Do everything together as one team, as a team. By simply doing that, that is how we are going to begin seeing growth on our what? On our teams. Now, let's look at how much can you earn. Now, averagely, as a manager, commissions are always about 50,000, 60,000, 80,000, 100,000, 150,000 as a manager. So you could want to say that as a manager who does between 500 points to 999 points, the commissions, the income of a manager is an average of 150,000 to about 250,000. That includes commission together with what? Together with profit. Then as a senior manager is someone who does between 1,000 points all the way to 1,999 points. That's a senior manager. A senior manager's income between profits and commission is between an average of 150,000 all the way to about 500,000 as a senior manager. I am talking about your profits together with your commission. Because also a senior manager who does 1,000 points and a senior manager who does 1,900 points, those senior managers cannot earn the same kind of income. So that's why I'm saying that as a senior manager, income is between 150,000 all the way to 500,000. It can even be beyond, depending on how your profit system is, because there are people who become senior managers by doing about 1,500 personal points. Yes, Bavidia Elena, our newest senior manager for last month, you're welcome to this call. And you just found I had initially advertised that in the month of July, that is when we shall be having your step up celebration dinner at Serena Hotel Chico. We'll be communicating to you the dates. Elena Babide became a senior manager and also developed another manager on the team. And that is how you start preparing yourself for director, by developing other managers. Now, executive manager. An executive manager is anyone who does between 2,000 points and 3,999 points. Now, an executive manager can earn anywhere between 500,000 all the way to 1.5 million shillings. I have an executive manager on my team last month whose commission was 1,890,000 as an executive manager, because she did about 3,600 points as an executive manager. So an executive manager can even earn 2 million shillings, because the 1.89 million shillings as an executive manager was only a commission minus profits. So I could say that even as a good executive manager, you can even earn 3 million shillings, no, 2 million shillings, especially if you are an executive manager. Hey, Dennis is saying we have one executive manager who earned 2.4 million shillings. Yes, that is also very possible. Now, an executive manager who does 2,000 points and probably has like one senior manager, maybe 3 managers. That is an executive manager who will walk out with about 600,000, 800,000, 500,000. But there are serious executive managers that you will find who they have like eight managers on the team. They have like 8 managers. They have another executive manager. They have like 2 senior managers. Kwegamba, they are just about to become directors. Now, those are the executive managers that you will find with commissions of 2.4. Those are the executive managers you will find with commissions of 1.8, 1.5 million shillings. And now that brings me back to the point of sponsoring very many people personally. Doing 3 in 30s every single month. When you're doing 3 in 30s every single month, then you have a number of legs. You have a number of very many people around you. And the more people that you have sponsored around you, the more chances of developing more managers, the more chances of developing more senior managers, the more chances of developing executive managers. And that's how you end up as a what? As a director. And that person who sponsors, who consistently does 3 in 30s and is doing a lot of personal sponsoring and a lot of development of managers, that person, even when they become a director, usually it takes them a shorter time for them to become Sapphire directors. And of course, we all know what happens when you become a Sapphire director. We all know. Income is between 3.5 to 6.5 million shillings. And of course, there is a trip to Cape Town, South Africa. Now, a director's income, a director is someone who will earn between 1.5 million shillings all the way to 3.5 million shillings. That is a director. And that is good income. And I'm talking about commission minus profit. If you are a good, solid director who does like 2,000 personal points, of course, that is even more money. That means 2,000 personal points. That's those are profits of about 1 million shillings. By the way, the bigger your customer base, the more profits that you're making, the bigger the commission that you earn at the end of the month. So honestly, with whatever you're doing out there, either you're employed or you have your other businesses that you're running out there, and on top of doing all that, you're probably a near life qualified director. And you're also earning in excess of 2.5 million shillings past time. Honestly, that's good income. Very good income. That is good income that can take your children to the best schools in Kampala. That is very good income that by the end of the year, if you're saving that 2.5 million shillings by the end of the year, we are speaking about 30 million shillings. I know places where you can go 30 million shillings and you buy 10 acres of land. Yes, they are there. Those places are still there. So a director is that who earns between 1.5 to 3.5 million shillings a month. And then a Sapphire director's income is between 3.5 to 5 million shillings. And the Sapphire director also qualifies to get one fully paid for trip by Near Life International. We were in Mauritius with Joseph Mojisha. And right now, as I speak, the qualification for Cape Town is already on. So when you become a Sapphire director, you will automatically be traveling to where? To Cape Town, South Africa. And of course, there are those exceptional There are those exceptional SAFA directors who will even earn 7.5 million shillings a month. There are those exceptional SAFA directors who will earn up to 10, 15, 20 million shillings a month. I know them. Those are SAFA directors that have very strong structures. Those are SAFA directors that have sponsored very many people personally and have developed many people personally. I think one thing that you need to get out of this meeting is sponsoring and developing. Continuously do your 3 in 30s as you're developing managers, as you're developing senior managers, as you're developing directors. If you want your business to grow, you must be sponsoring and developing your people, helping your people to take steps. That's the only way that you can be able to grow a huge structure and a big business. Now, a 1 Ruby director is someone who earns income between 5 million shillings all the way to 8.5 million shillings. But like I said, there are those exceptional people. There are those exceptional Ruby directors that you find instead of doing 20,000 points as a 1 Ruby, he's doing 40,000 points as a 1 Ruby. And they have very many directors, very many leaders. They have a very good structure. They have mastered the art of sponsoring and developing. So those are Ruby directors that you'll find earning about 10 million shillings, 12 million shillings a month. The good thing about the New Life income, you decide how much you want to earn. No one decides for you. You decide. That's why I was telling you, to those of us that are on this call, we can all make a decision and say, our target is all to earn in excess of 2 million shillings as directors by the end of the year. And it will be very possible. We will show you how to do it, like I have already shown you. The secret is sponsoring and developing. So if you master doing a 3 in 30 and master developing managers and senior managers, executive managers, then you have actually mastered the art of growing this business. A 2 Ruby director is someone who will earn an average income of 7.5 million shillings all the way to 12.5 million shillings. You can even be a 2 Ruby director and earn 15 million shillings, especially if your business structure is good. If you've been sponsoring and developing very many people, you can even go up to 15 million shillings as a 2 Ruby director. A 3 Ruby director's potential income is an average of 8.5 all the way to 15 million shillings a month. It can even go to 18 million shillings, 20 million shillings, depending on if you've been consistently sponsoring and doing 3 in 30s and developing your people into managers, senior managers, and director. And then a 4 Ruby director, which we call president's team. A 4 Ruby director is someone who will earn an average of 18.5 million shillings all the way to about 30 million shillings as a 4 Ruby director. It can even be beyond if you have a very good, solid structure. A 5 Ruby director is someone who will earn an average of 25 million shillings to about 35 million shillings. It can go beyond if you have a very good structure. A 1 diamond director is someone who earns between 30 million shillings all the way to 50 million shillings. A 2 diamond director will earn an average of 40 to 60. A 3 diamond director will earn an average of 75 to 100. A 4 diamond director will earn an average of 150. And a 5 diamond director will earn an average of over $100,000. That's about 350 million shillings every single month. It can even be beyond that, especially if you have a good structure, if you have mastered the art of sponsoring and developing. So the message for today is the money is there. The money is there. But what is the secret to making this money? Sponsoring people consistently into the business and developing them into managers, developing them into senior managers, developing them into executive managers, developing them into directors, developing them into world team members. That is where the money is. Sponsor and develop. Sponsor and develop. And as we conclude our meeting for today, Zanzibar, Nungwi Beach. Registration is ongoing. Registration is ongoing. We are registering 2.85 million shillings. Let's go enjoy life together. We'll be traveling on a Friday. We arrive on a Friday evening. We will be having a welcome dinner. We'll be communicating about the dress code and all that. And then on a Saturday, it's going to be the conversion day, whereby we get to all meet as the East Africans to celebrate and success and learn from each other. And then on Sunday, we'll be taking a boat cruise all the way to Zanzibar. We are going to be on a beach called Nungwi Beach. It's the most expensive and most luxurious beach in Zanzibar. That's where we are going to be. That is where we are going to eat life from. So I'll be taking a boat cruise all the way to Zanzibar, and then we'll be in Zanzibar on Sunday. Monday, we'll be returning on Tuesday morning. And then we'll be flying back on a Tuesday to Uganda. It's going to be massive. It's going to be fun. It's going to be, it's going to be great. So let's travel together. Registration is ongoing. Deadline is end of July. So let's pay up. Let's book a place. Let's see how we can be able to enjoy life together. Thank you so much and have a blessed evening.